Hi, my name is Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and this is video 4 in our Tea and Honey series, and it's by CollageType, and it's my design team project for August of 2022. So now what we've been doing is building a page at a time and then setting them aside, and then we're going to put them in the book at the end, and we're going to be making 4 pages, possibly 5, and then I will build the other 3 or 4 pages off camera. They're not going to be anything that that I haven't taught you guys already in all of my other videos, so don't worry that you're missing out on anything, and then I will put them in the book to finish it off. Okay, so I figured this way you guys could see how to do the hardest pages, even though they're not hard. A couple of them I kind of messed up on a little bit, but they're not hard. And so today we're going to do an expandable pocket. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I haven't made one in a while, so we'll see how it goes after I said it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So this is our paper, and I've already inked it. The pocket's going to be the width of the page, and so I went ahead and cut the paper to the width of the page, which is 5.5, so that you wouldn't have to watch me ink around it, except I forgot to ink around the back half, the back side. I just realized. Or did I? Kind of looks like I inked around it, maybe. Could be overflow from the other side. Actually, I think I might have. Okay. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a trifold out of this instead of building a separate flap to cover it. And to do that, let me set this to the side for a second, because it isn't just going to be the expandable pocket. So instead of cutting a separate piece to be the flap, we're just going to fold this one and make it into the flap. Okay. And then we've got some other stuff we're going to do with it, because the flap's going to end up just being this linen looking print, which, even though it's not a bad print, and when you see it off camera, when you see it in person, you can see the pattern on it that makes it look like it's a piece of linen paper. But we're still going to do it differently, possibly. I've got this, what's left of the page, and I'm thinking we might put a piece of it across the flap. Not this full 3 inches, but just a piece of it. And then I've got this washi tape out, and I thought maybe we would put some washi tape on it like I did the one of the other pages, and then kind of tie it together. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our scoreboard out. Which is our cutting board on vacation when it's on scoreboard mode. And then we're going to take the paper and we're going to turn it sideways. We're going to score it at 4 inches, because we want our pocket to be 4 inches tall. And then we're going to score it again at 8 inches. Move everything out of the way. Then this should work. This will give us the back, the front flap, and the top flap. Oh, we want to score it at another 1/8. Want to give ourselves a little bit of room. I'm wondering if we should do... It's not very big. Let's just do an 1/8. Let's see if we can get the fold. I'm not very good at folding that small of a score line. We'll see. So we're going to fold it it's going to want to fold this way, so let's fold it this way and then we'll fold it back. Okay. So see, we are going to have to take a little bit off this because I think this is going to be too long. Let's yeah, we're going to have to trim a little bit off of here too, because we want to have that little teeny gusset. So I should have scored this end. Oh, well, no, that'll still work. No, it won't. I should have, let me see here. Let's cut 1/4 of an inch off to give us room for that little gusset. Let's see how that's going to work, and then I'll ink that end before I forget. Yeah, that will be better. So we'll fold it here. Then I'm going to fold this back this way, this second one. It's going to be easier to get it to fold that way, I believe. Or by doing it that way. Sorry, I know I was off camera, but I was holding it up close to me to make sure I got it right on the line. And then that will give us, when we fold it back, that will give us that little bit of a gusset that we need. And I think this length will be better. I still think it could be a little bit shorter. Let's cut another 1/4 off and see what we think. Yeah, see. That looks better. Okay, now all we have to do now is build the expandable part. I don't want to lose this fold back here. And that gives us that little square area so that when we put the little expanders in here, then there'll be enough room for the flap to come down. Now, I'm going to use coffee dyed paper because it's not super stiff and then or super thick, and it won't add a lot of thickness this way. In other words, this way. Now I need to ink both ends before I forget. Okay. So we're going to want to put them on here. We want them to be this wide. Then I'm going to cut them at, let's see, how far do I want to cut them? I cut them at 1 inch and fold them at half, fold them back up. That'll give us 1/4 of an inch. Let's see if I can figure this out correctly. Did I just say 1 inch? And then fold it in half. And then fold each of these halves back again on each other towards the outside. And that will give us a little accordion shape. And you can make it a little bit shorter. You can make it just the middle of the page. Okay. And cut this one 1 inch wide for the other side. This coffee dyed paper has also been sprayed with my metallic acrylic paint, and so it has like a glitter to it a little bit. So if you happen to see it from the side, then it will look nice. So we're going to fold it in half. Then we're going to fold each side back down. If it's, like I said, if it's just a little bit off on the folding back down, that's the part we're going to be gluing. So even though you want everything to be perfect, if it's a smidge off, no one will ever know. Okay, so now you're going to want the point of the W facing outwards. So we're going to glue these on here. In fact, we're going to miter the edges. To make it a little less square on the ends. Let's see if I did it in the right direction. I always do it the wrong way. I did it the wrong way. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. You want it to be where you don't see it. Now, how did I do that one wrong? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Okay, now you want to glue the bottom to this side. When you do this, you want to remember that the top of it, which is the flap, is going to be the image, and the bottom, goodness, is going to be the image. You want to glue it right up along the edge. So the edge of the paper is right along the edge of the paper. That makes sense. The edge of the, and I did do it the wrong way. Okay. Okay, we're going to do this the same way. Glue it with the point facing out. See that? Trimming that a couple times made it a little bit shorter, which is my personal preference anyway. I've done it sometimes where it was just in the middle and you could see what was inside a little bit. This is great for storing extra ephemera or anything else like that that you would want to do. So now we're going to fold this up and glue it to the papers, and then that will give you a little expandable area on the side of your pocket. So now we're going to put some glue on top. It's easier to do it by just putting the glue on here. And then you can just fold the flap up and it will glue to the right place. You won't have a big mess. Now, we've got this flap. Oh, it did work out. So, we've got this flap, and I believe I want to round the corners, so I'm going to have to touch up the ink on it. My stool got stuck. My stool is on carpet, so I can't really roll it. I have to kind of scooch it. And I've actually fallen off the back of my stool before because I went to scoot back and the stool didn't move, even though I did. And so I kept going and the stool didn't. It was funny. I've done it twice. Once on this regular stool that I have that's on wheels, once on the one that I got that has a saddle seat that looks like the seat of a lawnmower, riding lawnmower or something. But I slid off the front of that because it was so slippery. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to go ahead and do a little bit of decoration on here, so we don't need that, while we've got it off the page. It'll be easier. So let's match the washi to the picture that's going to be on the top. And we can go back over the edge here because it's going to be behind. And that's going to help us get it going in a straight line. And I really want it to be on the straight part, not the curved pocket. And you want to cut it. Whoops. My scissors are right there. Right along the edge. And if I could find some more of the washi flowers that I used, I might use that. It doesn't look exactly straight to me. Okay. And we'll take a thin piece of the green. I think this is the opposite way. No, I don't know. run it along next to it. So, other than making videos and falling off my stool, not a lot of exciting stuff going on. Even though I really love making the videos. I don't really craft unless I'm making videos. It's kind of funny. My friends and I do craft and chat every night, and I end up chatting and they end up crafting. Kind of funny. I'm just going to put it on the one side. And I actually was going to put a strip of this light blue. Well, that's too much like it anyway. See if I have anything else blue to match the blue in the bird image. And I don't think I do. Or the light green. All I have is a duplicate of the same picture with the leaves on it. Nope, that won't work. Okay. You know what we could do? So we could do another piece, another set of stripes this way, in the opposite. The large green and the narrow blue. Well, not large, but the wider. Just to give it a little something so it isn't exactly. We can still put ephemera on it as well. I think I'll show you the double flip page after I did a little bit of something to it. And I'm going to come back and make sure that's exactly what I want as far as trimming off the edge. There's the edge of this. Don't think I've used this one before. I think I had it just a second ago. There it is. So let's cut the end of that off where I was digging on it. Get this lined up. Sorry if you can see the top of my head. Okay, I like that. There's a little bubble. There we go, right there. And this is a little crooked. Actually, I think the whole thing is a little crooked. believe it or not, I don't work very well with fingernails. Since I don't have a lot of feeling in my hands, then your nails don't feel anything either. And so it's like working with gloves on. I think I'm a little bit off. There we go. That looks better than just being plain. So now what we're going to do is we're going to glue this to the page, and we're going to glue it as a pocket. I wonder if it would be easier if we put the top pocket on first. No, I don't think so. Okay, so let's just glue down the sides and across the bottom. I almost threw away a paper clip. Sacrilege. Paper clips are precious. Paperclip Queen says. I hoard my paper clips like they're gold. And I keep buying more. I'm not really sure why, but I did just buy a package of those rounded ones, sort of like the Tim Holtz ones, but not exactly the same because I got them on AliExpress. So I don't buy the knockoffs. These are similar, but not the same. Okay. So let's glue this on as a pocket. That would be nice. And then we're going to go ahead and, I think I said we're going to go ahead and use a Velcro dot. These are clear on one side and white on the other, so of course we'll put the white on the underside of the lid. Did such a good job of sticking it, I stuck it to my finger. We'll put that in there. Oops, didn't stick to the paper. Okay, now we're going to cut this into a pocket and put it up here. And then remember we have a pocket here. This will be pretty. Now I could have used repositionable tape on this, but I didn't really want to. I didn't want to see it when I opened it up. Now on this, we have to mark where we want to cut it off. We don't want the pocket to go all the way to the top. We don't want to lose the wing. So I almost think we should cut this cream color off the top. That way we could move the image up a little bit. Let's cut it off right up under his wingtip and see what we've got. I don't know why that's so loud. It's just plastic. See, I was thinking of putting a piece of that on there, but that wouldn't have looked right. I'll look and see if I've got some flour washi or something to put on there. I've got some on the other page. Let me get the pages that were done. Well, I'm not done with. I'm still putting ephemera on. But on this page, no, I didn't add anything, but remember, we've got our label, our temporary label that says left or right, so we know where we put it in the book. But I put this washi on here, and then when you open it up, I put a tuck on here. I took this pocket off, that one with the writing on it, because it looked awful, and so I made a hidden pocket instead. And this is one of the ones that's supposed to be folded in half and make a little booklet, but I decided to use it as a tag. And then these are the 2 cards that I made. Okay, so that's all I've done on that. And then I added this, which is a butterfly with glossy accents on it, to the top of the page. And then on the inside, I added another tuck, and I put another one of those cards that's supposed to be opened, folded, to make a little notebook, but I didn't think it was big enough that way. Plus, when you fold it in half and tuck it, then it covers the bird. So I'm using it as a tag. Then right here is the piece of typing paper that we cut off the bottom of the stationery. And I just stuck it in there as a piece of writing paper, even though it's white on the inside, because it's just typing paper. But I thought it looked kind of neat, and so I put that in there. And I put this, remember our die cut that we cut out of the bottom of the page? I stuck it in here as a pocket. There's our a card. And then I put this lace across here. So that's all I've done with that. So just a couple of small things, and then I'll do more later on. So now let's go back to this. Let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, that'll be all right. Okay, let's round the corners. Around the corners on this particular pocket, and we're going to put a thumb hole in it. I got this new 1-inch punch, which is nice, but we're not going to use that. We're going to use the thumb hole punch. One of you guys got this for me off my Amazon wish list, and I really appreciate it. So now to find the center, you just kind of fold it in half, but don't fold it. And then just make a little pinch, which is okay because that's where we're cutting it off. Now, I'm not very good at using them this way, but this one goes all the way in because it's in the shape of the thumb hole anyway. So I'm just going to put it all the way in and cut it out. Now, let me think about this. We could glue it back in and make a hidden thumb hole out of it. If you glue the part you cut out, back in on the back side of the paper, then it hides the thumb hole. But then again, that kind of defeats the purpose of having it there, doesn't it? Well, the card will be there. Let me think about it for a minute. So we're going to glue this on as a pocket. We're going to ink it first. Oh, I did it upside down. I did the thumb hole upside down. Fortunately, I have another one just like it. Goodness. I can't believe I did that. Talking about punches. Got punch drunk. Sorry. Bad joke. Oh, we cut it right under the wing. Now let's try that again. I got double because I needed the other half of the paper. I needed it again. So when I printed it out, I ended up with a double of this as well. I guess I was just looking at the straight side being the top, because normally it is. Straight side being the top. But this time, okay, this time we're going to do it right. We don't have to ink the inside of this. Well, that was interesting, and that's why I don't do that. Let's ink the thumb hole. I'll glue this on as a pocket. I knew I had a second one of these for a reason. Oops, for another reason. Another reason other than having a duplicate. I'm not sticking it down in the pocket. So now we have the double pocket. We have a pocket here and a pocket here. Oops, let me let the glue dry. Pocket up here. And then we have the expandable pocket down here. Ta-da! It worked. It worked. And it worked in 40 minutes. Yay. Okay. So that's going to be it for this video. We've got our page done. I will see you in the next video, And that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.